that in 1 year this House collectively, because this House approves of these things which I am just going to mention in this term, collectively, this is the seal of the House will decide. Public access to the committee hearings via live telecast. If any committee which is going to stop the live telecast, there has to be some measure of security and sensitivity attached to it. Otherwise, other than that, the whole proceeding goes live and it is telecasted through the conventional media, digital media, live broadcasting of the House proceedings, mandatory publication of the committee reports. It has never been the part of our parliamentary proceedings. Prior to this House started on the 8th of February, and since then, every single report of the committee meetings is documented, which the laws of usual practice, but it is published for public, and opinion is invited on that. The old assembly hall, the monumental hall, which we just showcased in that documentary which we presented before you, it is a 100-year-old building. That is open for public now. We have interactive sessions with the civil society. We invite the civil society, we invite local people, we invite the caucuses on women empowerment, the civil society will help you, as my young lady in the corner asked, Madam Shahbaz, that what the NGOs are doing for the safety of the women, those who participate into the public events. Yes, there is a concern for that, and we are taking care of it, and we have recently formed a caucus which is now having the backing of a statute. They are in our procedure, and those recommendations which they give to the House or whether it's to the government, they have a certain amount of force to be implemented. There have been certain structural procedural changes also. When we started this House, in this term, I have been member of this House since 2002. I have been advocating for bringing in more empowerment for the elected people, more inclusiveness of the elected people, more say of the public to their elected representatives. Opening up this House, I have been raising my voice as a member of opposition, I have been raising my voice as a member of the cabinet on several occasions, and we formed a group here. We then lobbied for it, and then we brought our procedures at par with the National Assembly. We brought the best practices from the House of Commons documents. We brought the best practices from our neighboring India, from neighboring everywhere, where the regions of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association have this type of parliamentary Westminster model, which to us is a real solution for the people's concerns. Now we have made task forces for those marginalized communities which this House thought are actually marginalized and their voice needs to be heard. A task force on sustainable development goals. We aim that by the end of the time it has been given to us, to all different parliaments, whether they be regional or provincial, they are working with the CPA, that there should be an equitable governance model for all inclusive equitable governance model. So we have formed that task force here. One of our young dynamic members of this assembly, Mr. Osama, Barrister Osama is leading it, he is available in the House today. Punjab local government caucus, they are actually working for the self-government. They are putting their best resource to give the direction that political empowerment, financial empowerment, and that would be given at the best at the local level. There's the parliamentary caucus on the child rights. There's the women parliamentary caucus. There's the parliamentary caucus on border area rights. There has been a lot of discussion that the armed forces, where they are given the duties for security, often civil life is disrupted with their regulations. So we have formed a caucus here which will safeguard the rights of the civilians in those areas where there are border areas also implemented. Green and disaster risk reduction caucuses, parliamentary caucus for children with disabilities, minorities rights caucus, young parliamentarian forums, and these all caucuses have been housed, they have been given the statutory right support, and they are working. Establishment of Parliamentary Development Research Center in your parliaments, I believe this would be the case, but we were lacking. Now each of our members here has a secretarial support staff. Those research units are the law graduates. They are 14 number, equal to 10 constituencies. They provide their support for their legislative drafting. They provide their support for their whatever business or effective use of parliamentary tools to make the working more effective, so meaningful for the public and result-oriented. We have hired the communication experts to enhance citizen engagements. We have paid internship programs, I have already mentioned. Punjab Assembly YouTube channel and social media platforms have been created recently. Inauguration of an open assembly dialogue series has been created. We have held 7 series till date today in the last 8 months. On average, 1 dialogue a month in which different issues of priority, issues of concern have been discussed with civil society, with academia, with the people from the faculties of the universities. They have all been invited here and that dialogue is happening. And we have enabled the access of members of the public to the Punjab libraries here in this building. A state-of-the-art new library which will be accessed by the public has been opened here. We have made the strategic plans for Punjab Assembly with amendments which I have already mentioned. And I, as a speaker, have devolved more than 32 powers vested in the chair of speaker. I have devolved them to the speaker's chair or the speaker's office was simply to tell you all. You could just like say no to anything and that no would be a no. I have devolved all those powers and given it to the right people, to the standing committees, to make their own decisions. Parliamentary forums have recognized the changes we have made in these procedures. So a list of things I don't want to bore you for and I don't want to take your whole time. But it is, we have established a special committee of law reforms. We see that there is some anachronistic law which is not helping as our own procedures were. We just changed the 72